Bangor.
From the Great North Woods to the Rockbound Coast and streaming live in HD worldwide at foxbangor.com. More people choose Good Morning Maine.
Today on Good Morning Maine, important advice as Mainers brace for the arrival of dangerously cold weather.
Plus, fire crews race to save an ice cream factory from a fast-moving fire in Skowhegan.
And students at a local school have donated lots of new socks to help keep the homeless warm this winter. Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith.
And I'm Craig Colson. Here, let me move over a little bit. There. Now we're all centered up.
There we go.
Got to get it just right so we can do the news. Hey, here we are, folks. Finally here. We're here at Friday, and some dangerously cold weather is moving in. When I left for work this morning, it was around 20 degrees.
Yep.
So not too bad considering, but it's expected to fall throughout the day today. And by this time tomorrow, we'll have that really dangerously cold, well below zero temperatures here.
And I know we sound like broken records, and I know everybody's heard of it by now, but it really needs to be stressed that it's dangerous.
Yeah.
And if people aren't able to come inside, I've seen a lot of local nonprofits have been fundraising to get people who don't have homes a hotel room for the weekend, because people will die if they're out on the streets
this
weekend.
Dangerous. You don't want to be out too long. And we're not alone. It's happening all across a good portion of the northern part of our country. For more on what we can expect today, let's turn things over to Devin Biggs for a first look at our forecast.
And thank you very much, Craig and Emma. Happy Friday. Your first weather forecast sponsored by the More True team at Better Homes and Gardens Real Estate. They work throughout the state of Maine, serving both buyers and sellers with a focus on the greater Bangor area. Alrighty, here we go. Very cold temperatures on the way. Dangerously cold temperatures on the way. And it all starts later today and tonight. We have wind chill warnings in effect until about 7 p.m. on Saturday. That's because of wind chill values ranging from 40 to possibly 60 below across the state will be expected. On top of that, though, we do have a blizzard warning in effect until 7 p.m. Saturday, not just for any falling snow, that's pretty much almost about done, but also for blowing and drifting snow. We're not supposed to see a lot of snow in the northern ends of the state, but it'll be blowing around very bad with winds that'll gust up to 40 miles per hour at times. We also have a gale warning up until 4 p.m. on Saturday as well along the coast because of those gusty winds. And with the gusty winds stirring up the water and how cold it is, a freezing spray warning also up until 4 p.m. as we head towards your Saturday as well. So lots of advisories in effect because of the cold and the wind at this point. But for now, we have been watching the snow tracking in from the northwest to the south and east. It doesn't look like a whole lot. It'll be moving out of here very quickly if it hasn't already by this point. And we're going to be seeing temperatures that will be falling very quickly as the day progresses on. If any good news, we'll see a lot of sunshine today, but the colder temperatures will be moving in. And look how stacked this pressure gradient is. It's helping to show how strong the winds will be getting from time to time. Your hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period. Sunshine to start, so at least we'll see a good amount of sunshine, but falling temperatures and gusty winds. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Emma?
All right, thank you very much, Devin. The life-threatening cold temperatures could set an all-time record in parts of the country. 50 million Americans are now under wind chill alerts. ABC's Andrea Fuji has the details.
This morning, millions of Americans from Montana to Maine bracing for a blast of Arctic air so frigid, some places could feel like minus 60 degrees.
It is down into the single digits, and the wind is going to be howling.
Boston declaring a cold emergency. Schools are closed and warming centers are open. Wind chills there expected to plunge to 33 below zero tomorrow.
I get my coat on, and then my gloves are in my bag, and I have my hat, and I just bundle up as much as possible.
New Hampshire's governor warning residents to take this seriously.
At negative 30 degrees, hypothermia can set in just 10 minutes, and we know it's going to be even colder than that across the entire state.
Meanwhile, in the south, warmer temperatures finally on the way after that deadly multi-day ice storm. Hundreds of thousands of power outages still reported late yesterday.
Slick roads and the terrain and ice. Tree limbs falling out of the trees.
Officials in Austin, Texas now saying they're not sure when power will be fully restored. Just as quickly as the cold came into the northern tier of the country, it will leave by Sunday, with above normal temperatures expected next week.
Maine Emergency Management wants to remind everyone to be prepared for the unexpected weather over the next couple of days, so you and your family can be safe. They say even if you have adequate supplies, there could be issues you aren't aware of or haven't anticipated. So having a plan can't hurt.
Our emphasis is on make a plan. Just because you think you don't need
just because you think you won't need a warming center doesn't mean maybe your power is going to go out. So how are you going to get there? How will you get there if your car doesn't start? Where's the one closest to you?
What do you do if your heating oil runs out?
Right.
You need to think ahead.
Or your heat pump doesn't work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Several organizations are opening their doors to help keep people warm in the coming days. You can see a list of some of the available warming centers right there on your screen. From Augusta all the way up to Aroostook County, there are dozens of facilities helping to keep people warm across the region, including many that are not even listed here. For a complete list of warming centers, you can head on to our website at foxbangor.com. I know one of the popular ones here in Bangor is at the Bangor Public Library.
And this will be updated throughout the day as well. With the wind chill expected to make it feel well below zero, officials are telling Mainers not to wait until their fuel tank is empty to look for heating assistance. Megan Hannon, Executive Director of Maine Community Action Partnerships, says Maine has seen increased federal funding for the Home Energy Assistance Program, or HEAP, thanks to the efforts of Maine's congressional delegation and bipartisan legislation passed at the start of the session in Augusta. Maine community action agencies got an additional $40 million for HEAP and $10 million to help deliver emergency fuel assistance. She says private donors and fuel companies are also stepping up. Hannon says call your local community action program or dial 211 to find more information about heating resources.
All right, moving on to other news now. A Bangor man will appear in court this morning to receive a sentence for a brutal assault. 42-year-old Joshua McAuliffe was charged with stabbing a woman back in September of 2020. The woman was attacked on a home on Westland Street while her 2 children were there. She received serious injuries, and McAuliffe, a former boxer, was charged with attempted murder and other charges. Today, he'll be sentenced for a charge of elevated aggravated assault. Sentencing is expected to take place this morning at 8:30 at the Penobscot Judicial Center.
Firefighters from several communities battled the bitter cold while also battling a stubborn fire in Surrey. Our Matthew Dronsick has the story.
The town of Surrey and nearby communities came together to take down a fire at 440 Morgan Bay Road Thursday morning.
Yeah, at 9:13 this morning, we were dispatched for a fully involved structure fire.
Surrey was joined by Ellsworth, Blue Hill, Orland, and Sedgwick fire departments. At this time, McClellan says the fire is under investigation, but early indications say a chimney fire likely caused this incident. McClellan says there were lots of challenges they had to overcome fighting this blaze.
There's no water system in the town of Surrey, so we have to truck all the water we need here.
But what this small town has is community spirit, that public support. Neighbors and members of the local community stepped in to make sure the homeowner and firefighters were taken care of.
He's just a really amazing carpenter. He's a super kind person. He always goes out of his way to help anybody that needs help.
For Valerie Feldkamp, she says seeing this home burn down hit her extra hard.
I grew up right in this area. My childhood home is just down the road. I've been very familiar with the place and the area like my whole life. It's very sad to see it go.
And with the very cold temperatures coming in the next few days, residents are rallying and doing what they can to help the homeowner.
I already told him that he is absolutely welcome to stay at our house as long as he needs. We have a really nice neighborly, friendship, and so of course I've extended anything that we can do to help him.
In Surrey, Matthew Juronsik reporting for ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
Well, meanwhile, the Giffords ice cream plant in Skowhegan will be shut down for a while after a fire there Thursday morning. Nobody was hurt, and there were 36 people working in the building when that fire started. Everyone made it out. Investigators say the fire started in a freezer. Firefighters say it caused significant damage to a part of the manufacturing plant and offices.
This is indicative of what it takes in rural Maine to mitigate emergencies. It takes a lot of resources, it takes a lot of people, and bringing them together.
Fire departments all responded to the scene. The fire chief says the fire was likely an accident, but it is under investigation.
2 men from Manchester, England, pleaded guilty to interference with a flight crew and assault in U.S. District Court in Bangor yesterday in connection with an incident on a TUI Airways flight that was forced to divert to Bangor International Airport last month. 36-year-old Anthony Kirby and 36-year-old Damian Murphy were passengers on the flight traveling from Cancun, Mexico to Manchester, England on January 2nd. The investigation revealed that Kirby and Murphy were upset after being cut off from further alcohol service. They took out a large bottle of alcohol they were carrying, becoming increasingly intoxicated and using racial slurs. Murphy assaulted a flight attendant and Kirby assaulted a passenger. The flight diverted to BIA, where they were met by Federal Air Marshal Service, U.S. Customs and Border Protection, the FBI, and Bangor Police as well. Both men face decades in prison, fines of up to $250,000, and years of supervised release. It's not clear when they'll be sentenced.
Well, the Maine Veterans Dental Network will be able to continue its services for veterans thanks to a grant. The Northeast Delta Dental is providing the program with $200,000. A statement from the Mills administration says with this new funding, the Maine Bureau of Veteran Services will reach out to the 232 veterans who sought dental services in 2022 before the money was exhausted. And then they'll work with new applicants in 2023. To find out how to qualify or fill out an application, you can follow the link to this story on our website at foxbangor.com.
2 inmates at the Penobscot County Jail in Bangor have been charged for smuggling drugs into the facility. According to the Penobscot County Sheriff's Office, on Thursday, January 19th, correctional officers responded to a medical event within the jail, resulting in 3 female inmates being transported to a local hospital for treatment. The incident involved a large amount of drugs that had been smuggled into the facility by a female inmate. Over several days after the incident, an extensive investigation of the jail yielded the location of a container of drugs that contained over 18 grams of fentanyl. Yesterday, 30-year-old Karen Jordan of Springfield, Maine, was charged with 2 counts of aggravated trafficking of scheduled drugs and 1 count of felony trafficking in prison contraband. And 39-year-old Heather Carlo of Portland was charged with 2 counts of felony aggravated trafficking of scheduled drugs and 1 count of violating conditions of release.
Well, the number of Maine's drug overdose deaths continues to climb. That's according to a new report released by the Maine Attorney General's office. The year-end report for 2022 found more than 10,000 overdoses were reported in Maine. There were 716 suspected or confirmed deaths. Nearly 80% of the confirmed drug overdoses in 2022 were attributed to fentanyl, either by itself or in combination with other drugs. Gordon Smith, the state's director of opioid response, says, quote, "This opioid epidemic today is more lethal than ever due to illicit drugs like fentanyl, which is responsible for 8 out of every 10 overdose deaths in Maine. We will use every avenue available to support all Maine people, families, and communities affected by this opioid crisis and bring resources for prevention into every community and school in our state."
The time is now 6:13. Coming up on Good Morning Maine, important advice from the experts on how to keep ourselves and our pets safe as the temperatures continue to drop.
We'll have that and more as Good Morning Maine continues.
I don't often sit down, but when I do, I prefer a Flex Steel recliner.
The world's most fascinating Furniture Man recliners have been used by dignitaries to sit and discuss world issues. But he'll tell you that the most important people that use them are people like you and I. We have much more important issues, like being comfortable for the big game. Before you buy a recliner, check Dorsey's quality and price. Dorsey Furniture, Route 1A Holden, open 7 days a week until 5 p.m.
Be comfortable, my friends.
Jamar Construction Products in Bangor continues to grow to meet our customers' needs, supplying products for site work contractors, concrete contractors, and survey and safety supplies. We are proud to be the local dealer for Hilti, Valley Blades, U.S. Fabrics, and Euclid Chemical, plus so much more. Stop by and see us at 1270 Hammond Street or give us a call at 907-4491. If you dig it, pour it, plow it, fasten it, lay it, or lift it, Jamar Construction Products can help you.
Steve Harvey says my Aunt Agnes has the world's biggest what? Big underwear.
Weekdays at 9 on ABC 7.
You don't deny hitting the plaintiff's car.
I started getting different phone calls from him and his friend.
Who's the friend that he's referring to?
My friend is a friend who I work with.
Why was your friend calling?
Hot Bench. Friday at 3 on ABC 7.
We're seeing many events events changing schedules due to the weather on Saturday. Among those is the U.S. National Toboggan Championships being held at the Camden Snow Bowl this weekend. Between the early warm temps that kept Hosmer Pond from freezing enough to be safe, and now the Arctic blast headed our way, organizers have decided to change this two-day event into just a Sunday event. The call was made for safety reasons for both participants and volunteers.
We can handle the cold, and our racers that have been doing this long enough, you know, they know what it's about being out here all day, all weekend. But this is a whole different animal.
The championships will now happen starting at 8 a.m. on Sunday with a full day of racing. It's expected that the finals will start at around 1 p.m. On another note, the mountain will be closed to night skiing Friday and also closed all day Saturday because of the frigid temperatures.
On a bright note, this should make the ice conditions a lot safer.
Right.
Well, as we watch the temperatures fall, experts say we shouldn't take our health for granted. Paying attention to our surroundings could be the difference between life and death. Dr. Christopher O'Connell from Northern Light Family Medicine in Hamden says that prevention is key. Do everything you can to keep yourself warm. If you have to go out and brave the elements, make sure to dress in layers. Also keep in mind that having your layers too tight can produce compression that will constrict blood flow. Covering your hands and face is a must. Frostbite can set in quickly with wind chills readings in the negative 40 or 50 range.
What you're talking about is the extreme temperatures. And when it's mild, our body, we have these ways to compensate. We try to generate heat a lot of ways. One is shivering. Our muscles start contracting. Our heart rate will increase. Our blood pressure increases. We start breathing faster. All these processes get more difficult the colder it is. It's more difficult to maintain your own temperature.
Dr. O'Connell also says that parents need to take special care making sure kids and elderly family members are looked after. Walkways can be slick despite your best efforts to salt them. And if you feel any numbness in your body, reheat slowly. You can do more damage by using water that is too hot or using friction that might be too rough while you are feeling numb.
It's important to not only keep yourself warm, but also consider the safety of your pets. Bangor Humane Society's Director of Development and Communications, Catherine Ravenscraft, says the most important thing you can do is bring your animal indoors.
Especially with that wind chill dropping down to close to minus 50 over the next couple of days, it's going to be really important that even those animals that maybe spend some time outdoors be brought inside so that they're safe.
Ravenscraft says if you have an animal that enjoys the outdoors and cold weather, make sure you have a shelter accessible to them that is lined with straw, make sure it is warm, and constantly check to ensure there is adequate food and fresh, not frozen water. Ravenscraft says the Humane Society is kenneling pets for the homeless in Bangor that cannot be taken in and cared for elsewhere. If interested, you should reach out to the Bangor Police Department. They can arrange accommodations for picking up the pet.
You got to watch out for our little critters, too, because if you're feeling cold, they feel cold.
Absolutely.
Well, the time now is 6:18. Coming up after the break, we'll check out how students at All Saints Catholic School in Bangor are working together to help people stay warm.
Plus, we'll hear about the Chinese spy balloon that has popped up in Montana and why the president, for now, plans on letting it be. This and more as Good Morning Maine continues.
Max True Value Hardware in Unity is the best option year-round for all of your home improvement projects. Backed by one of the leading paint manufacturers in the United States, Max will color match or custom mix any color for you. We care about your pets too, carrying all of the essential pet products in our store. During those cold winters, we take the extra step to help with wood pellets ready to load on site. We also fill all size propane cylinders year-round. Max True Value Hardware. We take pride in serving our community. Let us know how we can help you today.
Scudic & Bloom, a full-service, custom-designed florist, Main Street in Winter Harbor.
We can deliver one-of-a-kind, full-color flower arrangements
by custom floral designer me, Pam.
Delivering to Ellsworth and surrounding areas for any occasion.
Please visit scudicandbloom.com or call 844-SCUDIC.
So my ex-boyfriend was shot in the head and killed by his girlfriend, and I want to discuss it.
It looked like they had this beautiful life. For many reasons, we know that they didn't.
Now, for the first time on television, her side of the story.
What were you afraid of?
2020, tonight on ABC.
It's high school basketball season, and ABC 7 and Fox 22 are here to keep you up to date with your local scores and highlights during Friday Night Fast Break. Get out and support your hometown teams and look for our sports crew to get your own free Friday Night Fast Break t-shirt courtesy of
Center Theater for the Performing Arts, Dexter Lumber, Hometown Health Center, Howard Insurance, Twin City Tile, and Urban Air Adventures.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. In the midst of dropping temperatures, many are finding ways to help those in need. As part of the Maine Catholic Schools Week Sock Drive, All Saints Catholic School in Bangor is supplying socks to those in need. Thursday, middle school students clipped the socks to the York Street Sock Garden next to the congregation Beth Israel, where anyone who needs socks is free to come and take them.
For people who don't have the money to buy socks, and so it's helping them in the cold. So if they have cold or wet feet, it's very helpful. I really like giving back to the community, so I do lots of drives like this at home and in school.
To All Saints Principal Matthew Houghton, the Sock Garden is a collaborative effort involving several communities, and the school plans to continue participating in the future. Very neat. I have a friend that actually lives right next door, and she posted on Facebook last night that there were a number of homeless people that came along there that were taking those socks down last night, and she could overhear them talking about, grabbing some extras for their friends and bringing them there, and they were wondering if they were taking so much. And Brenda, my friend, said, take what you need. They will replenish them. So those kids that donated socks yesterday should feel pretty proud of themselves. They're already being put to good use.
It may be not something we think about it a lot, but keeping your feet dry and warm is essential.
Oh, it's huge. It's huge, yeah. So
good for them.
Anytime people can help, if you want to help, you're welcome to drop off your own socks and clip them to the fence over there, too.
Absolutely. A good deed. Hey, and now it's time again to look at that full forecast with meteorologist Evan Biggs.
Alrighty, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast sponsored by the More True team of Better Homes and Gardens Real Estate. They work throughout the state of Maine, serving both buyers and sellers with a focus on the greater Bangor area. All right, let's get things rolling out there this morning. Wind chill warnings in effect until 7 p.m. on Saturday for the entire state because of wind chill values that can range from 40 to 60 below zero from time to time, especially with overnight lows near 24 below later on tonight as well. Otherwise, blizzard warnings out for the areas highlighted here in orange until 7 p.m. Saturday, not just for falling snow, but also for blowing snow as well. Even with just 1 inch of snow, visibilities are expected to be very bad, hence why the advisory is up. We also have gale warnings up until 4 p.m. on Saturday as well, and especially along the coast, and that's because we're watching for active surf as a result of the wind. Freezing spray warning also up until 4 p.m. as we head towards Saturday as well. So lots of advisories out. This basically means that the water will wash up on shore and basically freeze with the colder temperatures. And here are those colder temperatures that will be moving in. Look at Clayton Lake, 29 below at one point, though. And other spots getting down to 24, 25 below. So temperatures will be very cold from time to time, dangerously cold. But the good news is not lasting very long. As we march through Saturday and even into parts of Sunday, this colder air will get out of here and we'll be back to more comfortable levels, especially by Sunday afternoon. Same time frame. Here are the feels like temperatures that we're expecting. Getting rather dangerous out there, getting close to 60 below in Clayton Lake and getting close to 50 below in Bangor. So this will be very dangerous temperatures. A good time to stay inside if you can and limit time outdoors. If you have to be outside, definitely make sure to bundle up if you can. And then, of course, with the same idea, though, we'll see things improving, especially by Sunday afternoon as temperatures begin to rise. So thankfully, this cold snap will be very short-lived. Our average high is 29 degrees. We'll reach for the lower teens today, although hit very early. We'll see falling temperatures during the afternoon. We'll at least get above zero Saturday with 2 degrees. Back into 30s Sunday and possibly 40s as we head towards Tuesday, Wednesday, and also into your Thursday. Here's the radar and satellite right now. We're watching all this tracking from the north and west, going toward the south and east. Not a lot of snow with this. Just enough we'll get some snow to fall. And, of course, it will blow around as well with the gusty winds, so we'll need to keep an eye on that as it does develop. Here's a cold front right about in here, moving from the west, going toward the east, and, of course, the doors to the Arctic opening up in a hurry once this front passes. So there's not a whole lot of other activity behind it, but the colder air will begin to move in. Futurecast for today, a lot of sunshine and a few passing clouds and a gusty north wind that we'll need to watch out for from time to time as well. Ocean affects snow as well because of how cold it will be with the winds blowing over the ocean. By your Saturday, we'll be under a mostly sunny sky, so the sunshine will help, although it will still be rather cold with more clouds on the way as we head towards Saturday night into parts of Sunday with maybe some snow along the coast. So your forecast for today, 13 degrees, partly cloudy with falling temperatures. Northwest wind at about 35 miles per hour. Later on tonight, 24 below, mostly clear and dangerously cold. That west wind getting up to about 30 miles per hour. And for tomorrow, 2 degrees, mostly sunny, dangerously cold again because of those low wind chills. That west wind getting up to about 40 miles per hour. Alrighty, here's a look at your extended forecast sponsored by the More True team of Better Homes and Gardens Real Estate. So here we go. Mostly sunny Saturday, highs around 2 degrees again. Snow chances moving on Sunday, highs in the lower 30s. Upper 30s Monday with a partly cloudy sky. And mostly cloudy Tuesday, highs in the upper 30s.
When you're ready to tackle your next building project, depend on the knowledge and experience of Hammond Lumber Company. Hammond's Home Planning Center will turn your ideas into accurate conceptual drawings, and 3D visualization is available. Your Hammond sales rep will prepare a materials list and cost estimate. And when you buy all of your materials from them, Hammond will refund all of your design fees. Hammond can deliver your order from any of their 22 locations across Maine and New Hampshire. Hammond Lumber Company, your building project partner since 1953.
Create the perfect spaces in your home for 2023 at the Furniture Gallery. Entertain in style this year with a new dining set. Have room for everyone on movie nights with a big sectional with extra seating. Feel more rested with a new mattress from Serta, Restonic, or Nectar from the Furniture Gallery. Kick back and save an extra 10% on our entire recliner selection and save up to 70% off clearance items. Support our Maine family-owned business and save money. The Furniture Gallery in Augusta, Bangor, Gorham, Newport, and North Windham.
It's high school basketball season, and ABC7 and Fox 22 are here to keep you up to date with your local scores and highlights during Friday Night Fast Break. Get out and support your hometown teams and look for our sports crew to get your own free Friday Night Fast Break t-shirt courtesy of
Carroll Drug Store, Coastal Auto Parts, Disconnected Tattoo and Art Company, First National Bank, Moosehead Motorsports, and Mount Desert Spring Water.
I'm Phil Levesque, president of Levesque Business Solutions. We're a family-owned Maine business since 1963. We're your one-stop shop for great office products at affordable rates. From copiers to office furniture to PPE, we've got it all warehoused right here in Bangor. We're your local small Maine business with a dedicated staff providing honest and friendly customer service, top-of-the-line tech support, and the option of in-house leasing. Let us help you get back to business.
There's one number you need to know. It's called Joe.
In a striking development, the Pentagon is monitoring a massive spy balloon suspected to be from China that is now hovering over the northern part of the U.S. Officials tell ABC News President Biden has decided against shooting the balloon down for now, but is keeping all options open. ABC's Elizabeth Schulze has more from Washington.
Amid heightened tensions with China, the Pentagon is tracking a suspected Chinese spy balloon flying over the U.S. High above Montana, images show the balloon the U.S. officials say is unmanned, the size of 3 buses with a technology base suspended below it.
Once the balloon was detected, the U.S. government acted immediately to protect against the collection of sensitive information.
A senior defense official says the U.S. has been monitoring the balloon for a couple of days and that it contains limited value for collecting intelligence. The Pentagon adding the balloon is flying above commercial airspace and poses no present military or physical threat to people on the ground. But Montana is home to several nuclear missile silos.
There are intercontinental ballistic missiles, the Minuteman III, that have silos right here in the United States.
U.S. officials tell ABC News President Biden was briefed on the situation and asked for, quote, military options, later agreeing with the recommendation of military leaders and deciding against shooting down the balloon for now because of risks to civilians.
At first, I thought it was a star.
The sighting comes just days before Secretary of State Antony Blinken is set to travel to Beijing, the first visit of a U.S. Secretary of State to China in more than 4 years.
They want the Americans to see that they do have the capabilities to put sensitive military collection devices like these over the continental United States.
Overnight, House Speaker Kevin McCarthy calling for a meeting of top congressional leaders, calling out China's brazen disregard for U.S. sovereignty. Now, Beijing has not denied that the balloon came from China. In a new statement, the Chinese Foreign Ministry says they're looking into the reports, adding they have no intention of violating another country's airspace.
Well, meanwhile, the House voted to remove a congresswoman from a powerful committee for her past comments viewed as anti-Israeli. Now the finger-pointing of political revenge is on the House as both parties accuse the other of playing games. Fox's Lauren Blanchard has more from Washington.
The resolution is adopted.
The House has voted, along party lines, to remove Congresswoman Ilhan Omar from the House Foreign Affairs Committee for her past comments against Israel.
Words matter. Rhetoric matters. It leads to harm.
Proposed by Representative Max Miller, the resolution says Omar's comments, deemed anti-Semitic in the past, disqualify her from such a powerful committee.
She cannot be an objective contributor to the work of the committee, and she has brought dishonor to the House of Representatives.
Omar has been forced to apologize previously for anti-Semitic remarks. Democrats say they've moved on.
Is anyone surprised that I am somehow deemed unworthy to speak about American foreign policy? Or that they see me as a powerful voice that needs to be silenced? Frankly, it is expected. Because when you push power, power pushes back.
This is about targeting women of color in the United States of America.
Democrats say Omar's removal is retribution for the last Congress, stripping committees from Representatives Marjorie Taylor Greene for extremist rhetoric and Paul Gosar for sharing a violent video directed at another member.
It's not about accountability. It's about political revenge.
Representative Omar can still serve on her other committees, just not on foreign affairs. In Washington, Lauren Blanchard, Fox News.
Still to come here in the second half of our show, we'll get a glimpse of the world's oldest dog, who's coming up on his 31st birthday.
31 years?
Yeah,
oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That and more as Good Morning Maine continues.
It's high school basketball season, and ABC7 and Fox 22 are here to keep you up to date with your local scores and highlights during Friday Night Fast Break. Get out and support your hometown teams and look for our sports crew to get your own free Friday Night Fast Break t-shirt courtesy of
Alpenglow Adventure Sports, Jackson Automotive Incorporated, Rose Bicycle, Silver Fox Automotive, The Family Dog, and The Local.
Did you know that it's possible to buy the wrong type of flooring for your home? Whether you're a do-it-yourselfer or professional contractor, the experts at Don DeKalb Mainwood Floors are here to help, offering solid pro advice from choosing the right material and color to installation. Don DeKalb features the highest quality hardwood flooring sourced from lumber right here in Maine, from Maine traditions. Not only will you get a floor you'll love, you'll get a floor that will last. Don DeKalb Mainwood Floors, buy from the best, forget the rest.
Still?
Yeah,
How many pages got left?
30.
Break time.
Good looking out.
I got you.
Now you can mix and match a McChicken, McDouble, or 6-piece chicken McNuggets. Choose 2 for just $3.99, only at McDonald's.
Napa knows how to stay warm. And with 29 locations in Maine, Coastal Auto Parts has just what you need to prepare for any outdoor activity. Lightweight, durable, and designed for comfort, Milwaukee's heat-on-demand jackets and hoodies are the perfect cold weather gear. No matter the job, no matter the weather, you'll be ready for anything. And while you're here, sign up for Napa Rewards. You'll save more each time you shop. Coastal Auto Parts is owned and operated by a Maine family that cares.
You're watching ABC7 Bangor.
Welcome back, everyone. Today is Friday, January 3rd, 2023. It's also Feed the Birds Day, which is part of National Feed the Birds Month. I'm not sure why they have a month and a day, but today is specifically Feed the Birds Day.
I like it.
Yeah. It's celebrated each year to bring attention to the extra help birds need this time of year when their food starts running out. It's also a great time to teach kids about the types of foods birds like to eat and how to tend to bird feeders. It can actually bring you a lot of joy doing that. I feed some turkeys that come by my house just about every day.
You have good wildlife outside your house.
I'm not sure if I'm supposed to be doing it, but they're scratching out in the dooryard. I'm throwing some seed, and they love it.
My mom feeds the crows.
Does she?
Yeah.
Okay, why not?
Admittedly, I have a couple gourds left over from Halloween, and we'll save our pumpkin seeds for this time of the year when the squirrels and the birds are really down bad, and we'll put them out for them.
Yeah, they love it, and they need some extra because they don't have a lot of food. Everything's covered by snow and ice, and they're really scurrying now.
Yeah, and it's nice to have a little ecosystem in your
I love
backyard.
I love it.
Well, on this day in history, in 1959, a horrible plane crash killed some of the top performers of the day. Rock and roll singers Buddy Holly, Ritchie Valens, and J.P. Richardson, who were better known as the Big Bopper. He was, excuse me, were all killed when their plane crashed in Iowa. It was a tragedy that also inspired the song The Day the Music Died by Don McLean. And in 1947, the coldest recorded temperature in North America was documented in Canada at 81 degrees below zero. It's going to get close to that in the Katahdin region.
I know.
Yeah. All right. And in 1994, a woman astronaut took control of the Space Shuttle Discovery, the first time a female had ever operated a spaceship as a pilot.
That's pretty neat. Today's birthdays include actor Nathan Lane, who is 66, actress Isla Fisher. Is it Isla or Isla?
I don't know.
Isla. Okay, thank you very much. She's 46. Rapper Sean Kingston is 32, and actress Blythe Danner is 79.
That's a name you don't hear anymore, Blythe.
Kind of neat. I love that old name. Yeah. This is also the birthday of the late painter Norman Rockwell, who was born in New York back in 1894.
I have one of those in my house, a very tiny one.
Yeah.
Cool.
Neat stuff. Part of America.
Absolutely.
All right, as far as the weather goes, we've said it all. It's going to be bone-chilling cold.
Yep. Stay inside. Here's Devin Biggs.
And thank you very much, Craig and Emma. Happy Friday. Your first weather forecast sponsored by the More True team at Better Homes and Gardens Real Estate. They work throughout the state of Maine, serving both buyers and sellers with a focus on the greater Bangor area. Alrighty, here we go. Very cold temperatures on the way, dangerously cold temperatures on the way, and it all starts later today and tonight. We have wind chill warnings in effect until about 7 p.m. on Saturday. That's because the wind chill values ranging from 40 to possibly 60 below across the state will be expected. On top of that, though, we do have a blizzard warning in effect until 7 p.m. Saturday, not just for any falling snow, that's pretty much almost about done, but also for blowing and drifting snow. We're not supposed to see a lot of snow in the northern ends of the state, but it'll be blowing around very bad with winds that'll gust up to 40 miles per hour at times. We also have a gale warning up until 4 p.m. on Saturday as well along the coast because of those gusty winds. And with the gusty winds stirring up the water and how cold it is, a freezing spray warning also up until 4 p.m. as we head towards Saturday as well. So lots of advisories in effect because of the cold and the wind at this point. But for now, we have been watching the snow tracking in from the northwest to the south and east. It doesn't look like a whole lot. It'll be moving out of here very quickly if it hasn't already by this point. And we're going to be seeing temperatures that will be falling very quickly as the day progresses on. If any good news, we'll see a lot of sunshine today, but the colder temperatures will be moving in. And look how stacked this pressure gradient is. It's helping to show how strong the winds will be getting from time to time. Your hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period. Sunshine to start, so at least we'll see a good amount of sunshine, but falling temperatures and gusty winds. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Emma?
All right, let me speed through this. Here we go. I'm getting you queued up. There you go, Emma.
Okay, thank you.
I got talking and I forgot to cue that up.
We tend to do that.
Yeah.
Okay, well, 2 weeks after announcing the world's oldest living dog, Guinness World Records finds evidence of one even older. Meet Bobby, or Bobby, I don't really know. It's in Portuguese. The world's oldest living dog ever. He's 30 years and 266 days old as of February 1st. This good boy lived his entire life with the Costa family in a rural village in Portugal. The canine is a purebred Rafeiro do Alentio. I think I got that right. With an average life expectancy of 12 to 14 years, Bobby was born May 11th, 1992. His age has been verified by a pet database authorized by the Portuguese government. However, this pup almost didn't make it this far. His family was going to put down the litter because they couldn't keep any more animals. The parents grabbed the pups the day after they were born when the mom was away, but they missed one. The Costa brothers found Bobby days later and decided to keep his existence a secret. By the time he was found, his eyes were open and he became part of the family.
Well, I hope it worked out well for him.
Absolutely.
I guess it did. Imagine having a dog that's 30 years old.
That's older than me.
Yeah.
That's great.
Crazy.
That's great. Okay, so still a little bit more. He breaks nearly a century-old record from Guinness World Records. The previous oldest dog was Bluey, I didn't know this, and an Australian cattle dog who lived to be 29 years old and 5 months, and that was back in 1939. So that makes sense where the kid's show name came from.
Pretty neat.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, when we return, Tyler Cruz will have your sports updates.
Don't go away.
Nexium 24-Hour prevents heartburn acid before it begins. Get all day and all night heartburn acid prevention with just one pill a day. Choose acid prevention. Choose Nexium.
It's high school basketball season, and ABC7 and Fox 22 are here to keep you up to date with your local scores and highlights during Friday Night Fast Break. Get out and support your hometown teams and look for our sports crew to get your own free Friday Night Fast Break t-shirt courtesy of
Boynton's Greenhouse, Brick House Kitchen, Chestnut Street Automotive LLC, Nicotal Stove Shop, Northwoods Real Estate, and Stearns Lumber Company.
Hey, Maine. How are you? Yes, you. How are you really? It's a question we rarely ask ourselves. But to Northern Light Health, how you are means a lot. So we're out here asking and encouraging you to ask the people in your life, starting with yourself. So ask away. Then connect with us at northernlighthealth.org/howareyu.
Harris Lumber is locally owned and has been serving the Pequot region for more than 50 years. See them for all your projects, big or small. Customer service is their #1 priority. And with a full line of lumber and hardware items, they can also deliver to your job site. Harris Lumber, Milo.
Local news weeknights at 6 with Beth Jones and Peter Dubois on ABC7.
Welcome back in, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. Let's start with some big news. The Naismith Awards released their semifinalists for their Boys High School Player of the Year on Thursday. And Maine's Cooper Flagg is one of 10 named to the list and one of just 2 sophomores on that list. According to Max Preps, the Newport native is averaging just over 10 points and over 5 rebounds per game, also adding 3 assists, just around 2 steals and 2 blocks a game as well in his first season with Montverde Academy. Last year, he became the first freshman to win the Maine Gatorade Player of the Year, and now, just 1 season later, could be named the National Player of the Year. Pretty impressive stuff right there. Let's go to the track now. It's been yet another impressive season so far for the Bangor Rams. Their girls team is once again a favorite to win the Class A title. Recently, they put some names in the record books as well. The Rams 4x200-meter relay team of Anna Connors, Callie Tennant, Evelyn Humbert, and Madeline Ty recorded the fastest time in the state this year, setting a facilities record for UMaine in the process with a time of just over 1 minute and 48 seconds. That's just 2 seconds off a state record. Connors, who just set the state record in the 200-meter dash this weekend, was a part of the 4x200 team that set that facilities record years ago when she was a freshman.
Yeah, that team is amazing. We've been running here for a while together. It's all juniors and seniors, and it was really fun to get to break that record with them. I set it my freshman year with a bunch of the seniors, so that was really cool to get the chance to be able to break it again with another great group of girls.
On the distance side of things, junior Katie McCarthy took the top spot in the state temporarily on Thursday, running the 800-meter race in 2 minutes and 26 seconds. She's in second right now, but that was a personal record for her on Thursday. She runs cross-country in the fall and outdoor track in the spring, but this is her first season of indoor, and she says it's her relationships with her teammates that brought her to running this winter.
It's so much fun. Like, you just want to be at practice and you want to be at meets and stuff and stay late to see everyone. Like, some of the meets we've been able to leave early because it's a weeknight or whatever, but we've wanted to stay and just see everyone and watch everybody else improve.
And they have been a wagon these last few seasons. Looking forward to see what they can do at States. We head to Hermit High School now, where a Hawks football player just made school history. Star lineman Jacob Dow signed his national letter of intent to play for Maine football starting in the fall. The senior will become the first Herman football player ever to play for a Division I team. He put pen to paper at a ceremony on Wednesday in front of his teammates, coaches, and his family, a family that Dow says was just one of the many reasons he wanted to stay home and become a Black Bear.
I got 2 little siblings, so wanting to see them grow up and having all the support like home and nearby, like 30 minutes away, is really nice. Coaching-wise, Coach Kugler's awesome. He's our O-line coach there. There's a lot of new coaches as well, so I feel like I'm going to fit in very well. They're going to develop me the first year or 2 maybe, and then see where it goes from there.
All right, he is just one of 23 players to sign with Maine on their signing period on Wednesday. Head coach Jordan Stevens says that at 6'5", 255, he has the frame and athleticism to grow into a great lineman, adding that he will flourish in the program. His high school coach Kyle Gallant has seen everything Dow offers on the field, but he says what really counts is who he is outside of those white lines.
I'm excited for him, and really it has nothing to do with me. It has to do with everything Jacob Dow. He's a great student, great leader. He's a great community member. I mean, he was coaching flag football every Sunday from 9 a.m. to noon with all of our, our other captains and seniors. So just a great kid all around, and UMaine's getting a good one.
All right. Congratulations, Jacob. Looking forward to see what he can do up in Orono. Let's stay with some high school sports now, and we'll get to some hoops coverage, starting off over in Herman for a Class B girls matchup. Hawks and Vikings are going at it. Just a few more games left here in the regular season. Hawks looking sharp in the pink, and the Vikings playing pretty sharp, too. First half, Madeline Dupree gets it. She's going to drive in right here, take the bump, and then get the bank shot to fall. Vikings up big. In the second quarter now, it's the Hawks. Allie Cameron finds Sadie Campbell, and she is nothing but net on the transition 3. Herman would fight, but the Vikes were too much. Dupree again on this catch and shoot, and the Vikings are going to win this one 66-37. Staying in Class B North and over to the Cross Center now. And on the boys' side of things, John Bapst, Old Town paying John Bapst a visit. Coyotes looking for their 9th straight win. Second quarter, Old Town up. Gavin Tebow to Gabe Gifford. Nothing but net from the top of the key. And the Crusaders now, it's John Pangburn showing off those handles. He gets to his spot. He's going to pull up and sink the mid-range jumper right there. Nice play there from the senior, but the Coyotes were too much. Tebow driving to the basket, fakes the pass, gets the tough lay-in to fall. Great move right there. And then this time it's going to be Braden Brown. He's going to get the kick from Brendan Mahaney, and he wants all 3 of those. Coyotes win this one 71-32. All right, up to Lincoln for some Class C girls action. Mattanock hosting the Pandas of Lee Academy. Let's start in the third. Lauren House bringing it down for the Lynx. She dishes it to Lily Watton. She gets around the defender and nails the floater. Lynx up big. Fourth quarter now. It's the Pandas with it. Aubrey Gifford taking it to herself in the paint. Nothing but net on the floater for the Pandas. Finally, it's Mattanock's Kiara Jenkins to Juliana Klauke on the wing. And the freshman is going to get the 3 with the shooter's bounce. Lynx dominate. They win 73-18. All right, and lastly, some Class A North girls action. Brewer girls hosting Erskine Academy here. We'll start in the second quarter. Allie Flagg with the deep 3. That comes up short, but Mariah Roberts in the right spot hits the reverse layup for the putback. Back the other way, the Eagles with it. It's Kaylee Crocker on the drive right here, and she's going to have a real nice pass to Emma Stroud, and she's going to get it to go for 2. Nice bounce pass right there. Fundamentals. And then it's Roberts again, this time draining a triple from the top of the key, and the Witches go on to win close one, 36-33. All right, that's all the time we have for sports. We'll be right back after the break.
Living in Maine means long, cold winters and hot, humid summers. Whatever the weather, Bangor Heat Pumps is your solution. Open 24/7, Bangor Heat Pumps takes care of you at home or at work. We operate statewide and service all brands and models. Understanding moving can be stressful. We will help move any units you may have. We offer a veterans discount in our home with a Capeless Hero discount. Visit us online at BangorHeatPumpsLLC.com or call or text us at 307-7746. Bangor Heat Pumps.
It is said that the eyes are the windows into the soul, which begs the question, can a window have a soul? At Renewal by Andersen, we think so. When it's a window forged from fabrics and over 100 years of refined craftsmanship, the essence of who we are transforms into a superior, stunningly beautiful window. So yes, a window can have a soul. For a limited time, take advantage of this great offer. Find out why we are the better way to a better window. Renewal by Andersen.
Welcome back, everyone. Good news for employees as raises may be on the horizon.
Fox Business Network's David Asman has this story and more coming up on Fox Means Business.
Consumers are using more discretion when it comes to discretionary spending. 58% of shoppers surveyed by the company EnShift say they're cutting back on buying non-essential items, and you guessed it, rising prices likely the biggest reason why. But a lot of workers might have more discretionary and disposable income this year. That's because Salary.com says 64% of all organizations are planning higher merit increases in 2023. That's 23% more companies than last year. A shortage of employees is forcing businesses to shell out more money to help retain the ones they do have. The stock market closing dramatically mixed on Thursday. Investors were weighing Wednesday's interest rate hike with good earnings from Facebook's parent company Meta. But Friday could be a different story because Apple, Amazon, and Google's parent Alphabet all reporting some disappointing financial reports after the closing bell. That's business. I'm David Asman.
Good news. Maybe we'll all get raises this year.
I guess so. There is a staff meeting today.
We'll see. Oh, maybe that's it. Probably not. All right, one last check of the forecast for this hour. It's going to be a cold one.
Yep, here's Devin Biggs.
All righty, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast sponsored by the More True team of Better Homes and Gardens Real Estate. They work throughout the state of Maine, serving both buyers and sellers with a focus on the greater Bangor area. All right, let's get things rolling out there this morning. Wind chill warnings in effect until 7 p.m. on Saturday for the entire state because of wind chill values that can range from 40 to 60 below zero from time to time, especially with overnight lows near 24 below later on tonight as well. Otherwise, blizzard warnings out for the areas highlighted here in orange until 7 p.m. Saturday, not just for falling snow, but also for blowing snow as well. Even with just 1 inch of snow, visibilities are expected to be very bad, hence why the advisory is up. We also have gale warnings up until 4 p.m. on Saturday as well, and especially along the coast, and that's because we're watching for active surf as a result of the wind. Freezing spray warning also up until 4 p.m. as we head towards Saturday as well. So lots of advisories out. This basically means that the water will wash up on shore and basically freeze with the colder temperatures. And here are those colder temperatures that will be moving in. Look at Clayton Lake, 29 below at one point, though. In other spots getting down to 24, 25 below. So temperatures will be very cold from time to time, dangerously cold. But the good news is not lasting very long. As we march through Saturday and even into parts of Sunday, this colder air will get out of here and we'll be back to more comfortable levels, especially by Sunday afternoon. Same time frame. Here are the feels like temperatures that we're expecting. Getting rather dangerous out there, getting close to 60 below in Clayton Lake and getting close to 50 below in Bangor. So this will be very dangerous temperatures. A good time to stay inside if you can and limit time outdoors. If you have to be outside, definitely make sure to bundle up if you can. And then, of course, with the same idea, though, we'll see things improving, especially by Sunday afternoon as temperatures begin to rise. So thankfully, this cold snap will be very short-lived. Our average high is 29 degrees. We'll reach for the lower teens today, although hit very early. We'll see falling temperatures during the afternoon. We'll at least get above zero Saturday with 2 degrees. Back into 30s Sunday and possibly 40s as we head towards Tuesday, Wednesday, and also into your Thursday. Here's the radar in satellite right now. We're watching all this tracking from the north and west. Going toward the south and east, not a lot of snow with this. Just enough we'll get some snow to fall. and of course it will blow around as well with the gusty winds, so we'll need to keep an eye on that as it does develop. Here's a cold front right about in here, moving from the west going toward the east, and of course the doors to the Arctic opening up in a hurry once this front passes, so there's not a whole lot of other activity behind it, but the colder air will begin to move in. Futurecast for today, a lot of sunshine and a few passing clouds and a gusty north wind that we'll need to watch out for from time to time as well. Ocean effect snow as well because of how cold it will be with the winds blowing over the ocean. By your Saturday, we'll be under a mostly sunny sky, so the sunshine will help, although it will still be rather cold with more clouds on the way as we head towards Saturday night into parts of Sunday with maybe some snow along the coast. So your forecast for today, 13 degrees, partly cloudy with falling temperatures. Northwest wind at about 35 miles per hour. Later on tonight, 24 below, mostly clear and dangerously cold. That west wind getting up to about 30 miles per hour. And for tomorrow, 2 degrees, mostly sunny, dangerously cold again because of those low wind chills. That west wind getting up to about 40 miles per hour. Alrighty, here's a look at your extended forecast sponsored by the More True team of Better Homes and Gardens Real Estate. So here we go. Mostly sunny Saturday, highs around 2 degrees again. Snow chances move in on Sunday, highs in the lower 30s. Upper 30s Monday with a partly cloudy sky. And mostly cloudy Tuesday, highs in the upper 30s.
Looking to haul a new piece of equipment? Homeowners or commercial, Coops Truck and Equipment has the right trailer for you. Coops is the largest dealer of truck flatbeds and hauler bodies in this state and can replace any old rusty bed or outfit any new truck. Our full-service facility can modify all truck and trailers with steel and aluminum fabricators on duty. We are your go-to place for CM truck bodies, H&H trailers, and load trail trailers. For trailers, truck bodies, truck outfitting, and more, it's Coops.
It's high school basketball season, and ABC7 and Fox 22 are here to keep you up to date with your local scores and highlights during Friday Night Fast Break. Get out and support your hometown teams and look for our sports crew to get your own free Friday Night Fast Break t-shirt courtesy of
Coastal Auto Parts, Comfort Shoes and More, Gilman Electrical Supply, Huff Power Sports, Quang Lee Restaurant, and R&K Variety.
Max True Value Hardware in Unity is the best option year-round for all of your home improvement projects. Backed by one of the leading paint manufacturers in the United States, Max will color match or custom mix any color for you. We care about your pets too, carrying all of the essential pet products in our store. During those cold winters, we take the extra step to help with wood pellets ready to load on site. We also fill all size propane cylinders year-round. Max True Value Hardware. We take pride in serving our community. Let us know how we can help you today.
With AARP Rewards, anyone can earn and redeem points.
They're ready for you.
That's 300 points.
And help their money live longer. Get started for free today.
I found this Valentine in my mailbox. Is this from one of you guys?
I know who it is.
Just don't do anything nasty on school grounds, because if I can, then y'all can.
Bust the move.
Valentine's Day is approaching, and while it's a holiday to celebrate love, Walmart is selling a breakup bear. The bear is wearing a shirt that has a simple message, bye-bye. It's holding a broken heart that spells love. The bear will sing and dance to the hit NSYNC song, Bye, 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 when you squeeze the button on its foot. The breakup bear costs roughly $17, so for $17 you can end your unhappy relationship.
Bye, bye, bye.
Bye, bye, bye.
Bye,
yeah,
bye, bye, everyone. We hope you have a great day.
Yeah.
It's high school basketball season, and ABC7 and Fox 22 are here to keep you up to date with your local scores and highlights during Friday Night Fast Break. Get out and support your hometown teams and look for our sports crew to get your own free Friday Night Fast Break t-shirt courtesy of
Booth Electric and United Energy, Coffee Break Cafe, JC's Variety, Leo & Sons Auto Repair, McCusick Petroleum Company, and Prouty Auto Body.
Hi folks, this is Barry Gass of Gas Horse Supply and Western Wear in Orono. We've been in business since 1911, and our third-generation family-owned business can't wait to show you our unique line of Western wear and Western tack. We have Western boots, shirts, hats, belts, and buckles for the entire family, and Western tack from bridles to saddles and everything in between for your horse.
Gas Horse Supply and Western Wear,
where the American West comes alive in Maine.
Comfort shoes and more will make winter easier. Next Grip